Our guest host today is Congressman Paul Ryan. We've been talking a lot on camera and off. You're one of the few people that everyone acknowledges. You've put things down on paper, the roadmap, right, for how to handle some of these structural issues that we have. It's going nowhere, isn't it? The only place it's going is that the other side is going to use it.
They're using it against our candidates in the election. Look, we're in the silly season of campaigns right now. What I was trying to do with the roadmap is prove, using Congressional Budget Office numbers, that it's not too late to get this American idea back, that we can get this debt under control. Basically, what you have to do with our entitlements is have a defined benefit safety net with a defined contribution means-tested system on top. That moves us to sustainability. We can fulfill the mission of health and retirement security while keeping a very prosperous, growing, internationally competitive economy and pay off this debt.
How are they going to demagogue it? They're going to say
they're just trying to scare seniors.
They're trying to say that you're going to be means-tested.
Yeah, well, first of all, the programs I propose don't affect any benefits for anybody over the age of 55. They conveniently leave that point out and try and scare people.
There's candidates running saying that Paul Ryan...
Across the country.
Across the country in the House.
Across the country in the House and the Senate as well.
What do they say?
Saying the Republicans are going to do this to Medicare and Social Security. It's going to jeopardize the benefits you have.
Do they have...
Well, they don't. Nobody knows who I am, so they
don't have a picture
the Republican plan. I'm, the head of the budget committee,
with a beard.
With a beard and kind of fuzzy.
But it does make some significant changes down the road because, as you point out,
the status quo is unsustainable.
But let's talk about that. What are the changes that you're proposing and for what age group?
So what I'm saying is, if we act now, we can guarantee those in and near retirement, people 10 years away from retirement, will have the benefits that they're currently structured. But the problem is, for the younger generations, those of us who are 54 and below, the status quo is totally unsustainable. Our debt goes to stratospheric. I mean, it goes to 750% of GDP. And so what I'm saying is, for Medicare, convert the system to work like the one that I have as a member of Congress, the Federal Employee Health Benefit System. Give more support for the sick, more for the poor, not as much for the wealthy, and have a system that's competitive, that works, that gives the individual more choice and competition.
So it is means-tested.
It is means-tested. And for Social Security, I basically say, have the traditional system with a means-tested benefit structure, basically, where you don't get as much of a benefit increase if you're wealthy. Generally, very slowly increase the retirement age over the century. It wouldn't reach 70 until I'm 133 years old.
Okay.
So sort of reflect longevity after the retirement age reaches 67. Do that gradually. And then if you want to get a better rate of return, it's your choice. You can have a 30-year payroll taxes go into a fund that is managed by Social Security, not privatized, just like the one I have as a member of Congress and every federal employee has, the Thrift Savings Plan. Very safe, very secure, conservative index funds that adjust as you age. So when you get near retirement, you're not even in stocks, you're in bonds. And that way you have an account that you own, you control, you can harness the power of compound interest, you can get a better rate of return on your money. And my kids are going to get a negative 1% rate of return if Social Security could pay them their benefit, which it can't. I mean, think of that. I mean, 80% of Americans pay more in payroll taxes than they pay in income taxes. And we're going to give the next generation a negative 1% rate of return. I would want to give them the opportunity or the option, if they want to have a system like the one I have in Congress. Those are the kinds of things we're saying we're going to do. That helps us get this debt trajectory on a path to paying off the debt and keeping our economy prosperous and our government limited. Now, you have to measure these things against the status quo. The status quo is unsustainable. Medicare and Social Security are going bankrupt. I mean, according to GAO, which is the more conservative estimate, we have $76 trillion in unfunded liabilities. I mean, the Fed measures it at more like $100 trillion.
Right. Anyway, we'll be talking more with Congressman Ryan in the next half hour.